Hey guys, this is Gothic Central with another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to 15 cutest pets you can own legally on the Fancy Banana channel. So you can check them out, I guess. And there's some other ones off to the side for if anyone has any ideas. Okay.
We're all used to cats and dogs and maybe even hamsters as pets. But did you know that there are some other pretty unusual and gosh darn cute creatures out there that you could take home with you? From a surprisingly fast reptile that can live for 100 years to a giant rodent with webbed feet, here are 15 of the cutest pets you can legally own. Number 15. Capra hircus, the domestic goat. Now, cute as a little goat may seem, they can also be a downright...
That reminds me of the light pets you can have on Ark. Anyone who wants to know what I'm talking about, just look up light pets on Aberration on Ark Survival Evolved. There's a little baby goat you can get as a shoulder pet, and it has like light and stuff. It's cool. I really want to get Aberration.
Pain in the butt. So before you consider getting a goat, here's some things you should know. All goats of any breed like to live in herds, so you're going to need to get at least 2 of them, or you'll wind up with a sad and lonely Billy no mates. Goats chew up everything, so you need to think carefully about where you put them because they'll eat your flowers, your trees, your laundry, maybe even your car. Make sure they just have plenty of space with grass or hay. Dwarf or pygmy goats are smaller than other breeds and make good pets. These fun, lively animals are good company, but they need a little bit of training and can be a lot of work. So, sorry to butt in with the boring stuff, but even though...
Oh, that's funny because it's so cute. Little goats, they'll do this thing where they'll come up to you, the baby goats, they'll headbutt you, and then they'll make this cute little bat sound, that sound goats make, and then they'll just look at you. It's so cute. And then they actually will sit on your shoulder, like they'll climb on you, like they will climb on you while you're standing. It's really cool. They're so cute. I don't know. My grandma used to have goats, and I think one's name was Johnny, and Johnny and one was named after Johnny Depp, because my grandma likes Johnny Depp, and I I like a lot of his movies too. But oh, what was I? Johnny and Hallie, maybe? I think that's what maybe was her name. Johnny and Sonny. I don't remember. It was something like, I don't remember. But there was these 2 goats my grandma had, and she had. I remember when I was a kid, my grandma had like 2 goats. I think 6 ducks and a bunch of chickens. I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of chickens, and I don't know. I really uh, I really like. I don't know. There's a lot of animals that I really like. They're so sweet. But yeah, little goats. They're cute. They're so cute.
Though owning goats is legal in many places, make sure that you check your own local laws, because some places restrict farm animals from city centers.
Well, yeah, because they're cities.
Otherwise, if you have a big enough space, enough spare time, and a budget to go along with it, goats can be good, fun pets. Not for everyone, but hey, whatever floats your goat. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Number 14. Domestic pigeon. Not the same as the ones that sit on people's heads in city parks, domestic pigeons, or doves, have been kept as pets by people for centuries. Usually the kind of bird that you can keep as a pet is a rock pigeon. There are a few different breeds that have been developed to have different skills. Homing pigeons have traditionally been kept as racing birds by hobbyists. If you fancy a new hobby,
Are you going to let the greedy heating companies and their crazy high prices decide if your family is allowed to stay warm this winter? Here's how a former NASA engineer from Michigan is taking on the billion-dollar heating industry with an invention that's helping families around the country stay warm inside this winter without having to pay for expensive heating or buy dangerous space heaters. Picture this. A major blizzard has just ripped through the region with
in the niche field of pigeon racing, then these may be the ones for you.
Yeah, if you go to Minnesota or like Pittsburgh or whatever, there are pigeons. In Minnesota, there's a lot of pigeons. Well, yeah, there's a lot of. I'm just looking at something. Extinction is free? I didn't know extinction was free. Genesis is only $14. Here, I'm just looking at something, guys, while I'm reacting to the video. But yeah, pigeons, they're hold on. I'm trying to find, aberration is free. I did not know that. You're telling me aberration is free and I didn't know? Here, hold on. Yeah, I'm just looking at something. Genesis. Because I'm thinking about doing something, and I really... Okay, let me just focus on this. Yeah, there's a lot of pigeons.
Homing pigeons have the ability to find their way back to their home from distances as far as up to 1,000 kilometers away. And they don't have satellite navigation, just a built-in bird-based compass. These clever birds have also been used throughout time as carrier pigeons to send and deliver messages because of their great navigation skills and the ability to travel at speed. Some heroic war pigeons have even carried essential messages across battlefields, with some of these special birds receiving medals for bravery. Domestic pigeons and doves need a secure enclosure, safe from rodents and predators. They'll also need clean water and food and space. Fascinating to watch, they're an unusual choice of a pet, but can be absolutely lovely companions. Number 13. The tortoise. Although
yeah,
it is legal to own.
When I was a kid, my grandma and my pappy had a pet. His name was Toby Tillis, and he was a turtle like that. And I really like this video. It's reminding me about all the pets that I've had in the past. He was such a good little turtle. He was like a little box turtle like that, I think.
Own a tortoise, there are different laws regarding tortoise breeds and how you get a hold of your pet in the first place. The laws about tortoise ownership vary from country to country and even from state to state, so you're going to want to be sure to check out what the situation is wherever you are in the world. The humble tortoise is a lovely pet. They're reptiles, cold-blooded, and they're going to need to be able to bask either in the sun, as they would in the wild, or under a UVB light. For tortoises to be able to control their temperatures, they need an outdoor space with areas of light and shade and a safe, comfortable place to rest. They're mostly vegetarian, although some types do eat insects in the wild, and they do need to eat a lot of leafy greens as well as space to forage. Tortoises have a reputation for being slow, but they can actually cover a fair distance in a short space of time. Some breeds can even travel up to 5 kilometers per hour, and surprisingly, they also like to dig. So you're going to need to make sure that your pet tortoise doesn't dig a tunnel and hot-foot it out of there. A tortoise will entertain you. They're funny little characters, and although you can't really cuddle up with one, it's impossible not to enjoy being around these extraordinary animals. And don't forget, a tortoise might live for up to 100 years, so you better have a plan in your will if you're old. Number 12. The tarantula. Tarantulas can be awesome.
My name is Christine. I live in Jersey City, New Jersey, and I went from working in healthcare to being a software engineer in 1 year. I like being able to make mistakes, having that room to be able to fail, but knowing that I'm a person that's resilient. I'll keep trying at a problem until I come up with a solution. That did not exist for me in healthcare. I migrated to the US about 10, 11 years ago. All of my aunts across the US, in Europe, back home in Trinidad, and my cousins, they're all nurses. So it felt like, okay, maybe we should pursue that path, and that's the safe way to do it. One of my friends, him and I, we were talking about my career goals, and he kept telling me, Christine, the amount of dedication you put into your job in healthcare administration, if you put that into tech, I can guarantee you'll see rewards. That planted the idea at the back of my head. I got on the Codecademy site, and there was this little survey that I took, and then it recommends courses to you within your interests based on those answers, and web development was it for me. Once I started seeing that I could type a bunch of text into a code editor and see an application or an interface, that's when I was like, okay, I like this.
Oh yeah, I'm actually
If
doing.
I can find a project that improves
Pets or your
Real quick, guys, just to prove that I'm actually doing what I'm talking about. I'll show you something real quick. Oh, made a mistake there. Well, actually, technically, it's not a mistake, but I like to be thorough. And, you know, this is basically what I've been learning. So, this is what I've learned so far. I'm only 33% into the first, like the basics. I haven't yet gotten any certificates or anything, but this is what I've been kind of like working on. This is like the basic stuff that I definitely understand, but like some of the more complex, well, actually, no, I could give you some examples of stuff I know right now. Well, there's how to make different font sizes. So, let me try something real quick. Let me try this one. And then you know, say that something else like oh, I know one. And then, you know, just, oh, I hit the wrong button. You know, you can do something like that. You know. And do something like, that. And, you know, just to speed this up, could do something. Cat. In case you're wondering, pasting so quick, it's just Control V. And, you know, just put like 4, 3. Let's put a different number. You know, just random numbers. And you go, obviously, to run and debug. And you just put something like that. I don't know. I cancel. Try it again. Edge. And then, you know, it looks something like this. You know, sort of how you do stuff like that. So, and then there's some stuff I started learning recently. And then, hold on. I'll show you how it works. And it's just like this. So you do that. Tab. Brings up this, which I'm still figuring this out. But I don't know why I got sidetracked for that. I just wanted to show you guys something interesting real quick. And then get back to the video.
Your worst nightmare. Depending on whether or not you're scared of spiders. These massive hairy spiders are pretty easy pets. They're rather clean, they're quiet, and they're also gentle. Ideal creatures to share your home with. They're exotic animals, and that means they're going to need a certain amount of special equipment and slightly more of an unusual diet than your run-of-the-mill cat or dog. Tarantulas can live for over 20 years, so taking one into your care is an absolute commitment. You'll need a safe enclosure for them to live in because they don't hang around together, so if you have more than one, you'll need to keep them separate. Also, these guys are like 8-legged Houdinis. And if there is ever a way to escape, they're going to find it. So if you don't want to give your roommate a heart attack, you'll need to find a secure way to keep your pet contained. If you're looking for a cuddly pet that likes to be handled, the tarantula may not be for you, although some owners do have no trouble with their arachnids crawling all over them.
Let me tell you a little bit of a story. Whenever I was a kid, I have a cousin, and he had, at the time, a tarantula, and I didn't know a lot about them, but all I knew was this was a giant fuzzy spider, and it was cute to me, and I wanted to hold it one day. And I learned pretty quick that they do have a defense mechanism. They shoot their hairs into your skin. It makes you itchy for weeks, usually about 2 to 3 weeks. For me, I think it was a couple weeks, and it almost bit him. I don't remember if it did or not. I don't think it did, but I think he said it almost did. Tarantulas are actually pretty good pets. And then my other cousin, he had a scorpion, which I never touched. I don't think I was allowed to at the time. But that one, yeah, I could see why he didn't let me touch the scorpion. The tarantula, that was pretty cool. Tarantulas are, they're honestly not scary like, you know, a poisonous spider would be to someone. At least not to me. Like when I see spiders, I get grossed out. But when I see a tarantula, it looks fuzzy. It looks cute. It has big eyes. I'm not really afraid of tarantulas. Now, small poisonous spiders, yeah, like the kind that bite you and your limbs rot. Yeah, I don't want anything like that near me. I have, I have, marks on the walls in my room that people would probably like, oh, did you get like dirt on the wall? Nope, smashed a spider. So yeah, I don't like all spiders, but I do like some. The big ones, the fuzzy ones, that aren't going to poison me, of course. Like tarantula. Um, but there are other big spiders that I'd probably be freaked out by if I was. I'm freaked out by stuff that I'm not familiar with, I guess.
Creatures do have a pretty painful bite. They're also known to have barbed hairs that they're able to release if they feel threatened. These hairs will poke into the skin, cause itching and discomfort, and it's a bit like getting poked by a cactus.
Yeah.
Number 11. The pig. George Clooney famously had a pot-bellied pig named Max. Clooney would often take Max with him when he was filming, no doubt to the delight of people working on the set, I'm sure. This pet pig, although cute, is rumored to have been the death knell for several of Clooney's relationships. He obviously chose his piggy pal over the various beautiful women that he's been with. And really, who wouldn't? Pigs are actually awesome pets. The trickiest thing about them really is just their size. There are lots of stories out there of people who have bought a little piglet and brought it home, all with the assurances that the animal is a miniature breed, only to discover that that cute little piggy just kept on growing and growing and growing until they're actually sharing their apartment with Pumbaa, and he's hogging all the covers. Anyways, if you do have the space and a lot of love to give, a piggy pet is a great companion. These clever creatures can be house-trained, just like puppies, and walk on a lead like a dog. But they do have a variety of needs that can be trickier.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I love meat, but I tend to I'll put it this way. If someone told me, I'll give you this cute little pig, but you have to promise me you'll never eat pork again, fuck it. I'll take the pig, I'll stop. I'm dead serious. I would quit eating pork to have a free pet pig. I would. I love meat. There's plenty of other meat I can eat. I love things like that. And the idea of a little pet pig playing with my cat like that, oh, that's just cute. Because when I'm playing Ark, I like those Andrew Sarkises. They are Andrew Sarkis. They have a big gun mount on the back of them. They're a good mount. They're better than like a horse, basically. They're faster. I'm so sorry. I drank an odd combination of liquids. Trying to be proper. Sorry. But yeah, I love that. And for the record, yes, I know my tooth is messed up. I've been trying to figure out if I have insurance or not. Because a new year. When I figure that out, the first thing I'm doing is going to the dentist. I've put it off for too long.
To meet. Although we generally think that pigs will eat anything, they actually need a particular diet in order to be healthy. They should be fed with a special pig feed, and not only with the sorts of foods that you eat. Your mini pig might not really eat too much, maybe a few pounds of food a day. If you have a surprise-sized pig, then they can put away up to 7 pounds of food per day. And that's going to make a lot of really stinky pig poo. Number 10. Hyacinth macaw. Now, this is a pet for the professional animal owner. This beautiful bird is not for the faint-hearted, and taking one of these extraordinary creatures is like having a full-time bird care job. The hyacinth macaw needs a big space, and they're really good at lockpicking and prison breaks, so finding a suitable cage for the bird can be a tricky business. Generally, they're going to need a whole room rather than just a cage, and they can be quite a handful. See what I mean about it being a full-time occupation? Their massive hooked beak is a powerful tool that these birds will actually use, so they need to be trained. But fortunately enough, hyacinth macaws actually like to learn and will usually enjoy the social interactions that they have with their owners. So it really does make training fun. They'll want to spend a lot of time with you.
Trying to make food
And will quickly start acting out if they don't get enough attention, which is fair enough, I guess. The hyacinth macaw is the biggest of all parrots and can grow to sizes almost as big as a bald eagle. These birds are quite easy to train, known for being great companions, and will form a strong bond with their human, which is fortunate, really. Just look at the size of the thing. Number 9. Kinkajou.
I would be scared if I went outside with him and I thought he would fly away. I would have a freak out if my bird flew away. I would be so depressed if I had a pet bird and it just flew away. That's actually why I'm afraid of having a pet bird, because I'm worried it'll fly away. Yeah, I'm probably saying more than what I'm saying by saying that's something I worry about, is my bird flying away, something I care about going away. Anyways, on to the video.
This unusual pet is also called a honey bear. They look a bit like monkeys, probably on the account of their size and vaguely similar features, but they actually have more in common with raccoons or red pandas, an exotic animal that hails from Central and South American rainforests. It may be legal to own a kinkajou, but this varies from state to state in the USA, and it could be possibly illegal elsewhere in the world. While they are no doubt cute, there's something just a little bit strange about owning a wild animal in a domestic setting. I don't know, perhaps the fact that Paris Hilton has one of these little animals as a pet is what gives me alarm bells. What do you think? Unlike her usual handbag-sized dogs, kinkajous are used to living in trees with masses of space to roam around and a wide variety of foods to eat. Whether as a pet owner you can offer a little honey bear these things or not will vary from person to person, I suppose. That all being said, these animals are a massive commitment, extremely high maintenance, and they're extremely messy eaters, along with being very difficult to house train. So just because Paris Hilton's doing it doesn't mean it's a good idea. Duh. Number 8. Squirrel monkeys. Oh, look how cute. Squirrel monkeys. Although they are cute, they do have some extremely uncute habits. So you may want to hear this before you take the plunge into the world of monkey pet ownership. During the 1960s and 70s, little squirrel monkeys were wildly popular as pets, and there used to be no real restrictions in owning them. But ever since 1975, it's actually been illegal to import squirrel monkeys into the USA, though it is still legal to own one as a pet in many states. This is not really a bad thing. Owning a primate, though, is seriously challenging. Monkeys can't really be house trained, so they usually need to wear a diaper. Someone's going to have to change those monkey pants. Oh, and if they do ever wear a diaper, that's not going to really stop them from throwing their poo at you. That's right, monkeys do actually throw their poo. And they won't listen if you tell them that it's not a polite thing to do. These little guys are super demanding and will definitely kick off if you're not entertaining enough. So this squirrel monkey is one tough crowd, and it's going to let you know exactly what it thinks. And you already know that these monkeys like to throw more than just tantrums. Number 7. Capybara. The capybara is the largest of all rodents and is certainly pretty cute. These
I have a
snout-nosed
feeling
animals
my
are
little
quite
brother
mellow
would like
and not really the
capybaras.
worst choice as a pet, although you should beware. It's only legal
my
to own a
sister has
capybara
a,
in some United States,
a,
not everywhere. Some places require a permit or a license.
chinchilla.
Others
They are
simply just
literally
don't
like
allow
dogs
it.
that
So
eat
be sure to
rabbits.
check out the situation thoroughly if you decide to bring one of these animals home. Speaking of which, these guys kind of do prefer to live in groups, so they're likely to be happier in pairs or even more. They also actually need a fair bit of space to roam around and a pool of water as
It's hard to juggle everything in life. I feel
What
like
is it
Purdue
with
Global offers
art?
balance, and I wanted to go back to set a
well. They're great swimmers because they have webbed feet. These animals can be tamed with great success, and if they're reared as domestic pets, then they're likely to live quite happily in a household, provided that their needs are met, of course. Capybaras eat a fairly limited diet of mainly grass and hay, so they need plenty of opportunity to gnaw it.
Oh, I just thought of a funny skit. If someone made a skit where a person had a pet capybara and there was like a little mouse that was trying to like steal food out of the drawer, and it would be like a skit, and the capybara would come up and be like, this apartment is only big for one rodent, and this is my apartment, my human. And then the little mouse would start getting scared and be like, "Oh, I was just trying to take some cereal. I was just trying to take some cereal. It's my cereal. I am the rodent here." And then it chases the little, and it walks out with the little mouse like that and throws it outside. And the big like capybara walks over and starts watching TV with their human. I think that'd be kind of funny for like a cartoon skit. That'd be kind of funny.
Hay or wood in order to keep their teeth in check. If you do want a lower maintenance but super cute alternative to a big capybara, you could try a guinea pig. Number 6. Chinchilla. These cute, big-eared, furry rodents make
that
absolutely
one
great pets.
similar to the
a
one my
different sort of
sister
pet,
has. Oh,
because you don't expect them
cute.
to act like more domesticated sorts of animals. The chinchilla can become very tame over time and will make close bonds with her humans. Unlike the other animals we've seen so far, a chinchilla is going to be happy enough as a single pet, as long as they're well loved and
Some facts about chinchillas. They have floating joints, so they're delicate. Their fur is so soft your hands can damage them. They have the softest fur of any animal in the world, actually. And the reason they like powder is because they use volcanic ash to clean themselves because they live in the mountains. That's also why they have so much fur.
have all of their needs met. Chinchillas come from South America. They're active little creatures, and are also nocturnal, being most busy at dusk and then again at dawn. Their really soft and thick fur is designed to keep them warm in their mountainous habitats, and that means that if they're kept as pets, their owners need to be extra careful that their chinchilla doesn't get too hot. These playful little creatures are going to need a few toys, but remember, they chew up everything, so don't give them something that they shouldn't eat. Another thing that these little rodents like is to take regular dust baths. This is how they look after their special fur, and it's essential to their health. So, you're going to have to get your feather duster out if you want one of these. Number 5. Hedgehog. Certainly not the obvious, cuddly choice of pet. A hedgehog is definitely unusual, but also very cute. Can you keep one as a pet, though? Or
You know, hedgehogs are like the perfect way to explain how my personality seems to other people. It's like on the outside, I'm prickly, and if you touch me, you will get hurt. But on the inside, they're like really soft and cuddly and warm. And they're, that's kind of how I am to people that don't know me.
Perhaps the question is, should you? Hedgehogs are wild animals, not really bred to be pets as such. Although a few folks out there do breed the prickly little mammals, it's true that some humans have been able to give hedgehogs a lovely home. But there are some serious issues with keeping these cute creatures because they need a lot of looking after, and not like more domesticated sorts of pets. In the UK, it is actually still legal to have a pet hedgehog, but there are strict criteria that need to be met. These things are not possible in reality for most households. In fact, the RSPCA, an animal protection charity, does not recommend that a hedgehog is kept as a pet. They state that, as a wild animal,
Just let the power move through you.
a hedgehog need the sort of freedom to forage for live insect foods and to cover a surprisingly long distance in their nocturnal wanderings. This is generally not available in a domestic setting. Living in a cage, not really suitable for an animal like this. Of course, though, if you're extremely keen on hedgehogs, there are ways to encourage these incredible creatures into your garden where you may be able to enjoy watching them go about their hedgehoggy business without the need to actually own one. Number 4. The Bengal cat.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, I was trying to...
This is a pet that
It'd be kinda
seems
cool to have one.
really better as
bet
a
my
fit
cat
for
would
human
probably like it.
habitats. It's incredible to look at. The Bengal cat is a domestic breed. Wow, glad this one's not in such tricky territory for the animal lover. Its distinctive physical features are rather like wild cats, and its extraordinary markings give the Bengal cat a really amazing appearance. Originally a cross between a domestic cat and a leopard cat, this cheeky breed actually looks like a mini leopard. But despite its wild style, this is a breed as friendly and gentle as any other pet cat, with a nature to delight the whole family. Ooh, meow. Bengal cats are climbers. They're going to clamber up to the highest point in a room. They're super athletes, and these agile felines have been known to do some incredibly tricky maneuvers, so they're entertaining to watch as well. They learn really fast and can even pick up some funny habits around the home, switching lights on and off and even figuring out how to open doors. These energetic animals are going to keep you busy. Oh, and
You know what my cat does? I woke up one morning and my PS4 was on. My cat was just looking at me. And I realized he turned it on because he was sitting on my PS4. Because when I don't pay attention to him and I go to sleep, I'll wake up and he'll be sitting on my PS4 staring at me. And I always get irritated and make him get off because I don't want him getting fur in like the vent because dust and stuff. If I ever have a YouTube office, I'm literally going to make it a clean room, like no dust, no like static or whatever. Like I'm gonna do that because and also soundproofing. The way I could record. But yeah, like yeah.
they might even learn to use the toilet if they're given half a chance. Number 3. Sugar gliders.
Oh, that's cute.
What is a sugar glider even? Well, let's find out. Turns out, a sugar glider is a small marsupial. You know, like wallabies and kangaroos and stuff. These funny little creatures look a lot like a flying squirrel. They have skin that stretches between.
They have a face that literally makes me think they're saying, "Are you safe, human? Are you safe? Fine. Hugs." And then they fly through the air. I've seen videos where people catch them and they'll like hug their hand. It's really cute.
their paws and their sides, and this is what helps them glide through the air rather than actually fly. Weird, huh? These little guys are actually really sociable. They usually hang out in a big group, so you shouldn't even consider keeping just one. They're going to need lots of other sugar gliders for company, or they may just get really depressed. Nobody wants a depressed sugar glider. In the wild, sugar gliders eat a really varied diet, which features loads of different insects, sap, gum from eucalyptus, and acai trees, along with flower pollen and nectar. It's very tricky to replace this wild diet in a domestic setting. People often feed their pet sugar gliders with too much fruit. Unless you have trees and flowers and insects in your home, it might be that you aren't able to offer the sugar glider exactly what it needs to stay super healthy. They're going to need loads of space as well, so they can exercise and not become overweight or weak. These cute little creatures, they may be some of the most time-consuming pets out there, but just look at that little face. Number 2. Rabbit. After some more than questionable choices, here comes a cute animal that actually makes a fabulous pet. Fun and active and super cute to boot.
My
there are so
great-grandma
many
had a
different
pet,
breeds of rabbits
bunny,
that
I
make
think.
great pets for families. Rabbits
I think his
do
name
need a
was
little
Bunny.
bit of work to look
You
after.
gotta be careful though, because if you own one and they have babies, you have to separate them. They will sometimes eat their babies. And that's kind of sad that I don't want to think.
Though, so you need some commitment and time with playing with them or keeping their space clean along with great amounts of care. Such entertaining and playful little creatures, rabbits will often become very attached to their humans and can be lovely companions, and some are even good at being house-trained. So they can be kept indoors. However, you proof your home at first to make it safe. They're going to need lots of toys, some to chew on as their teeth continue to grow, because they need to be able to gnaw in order to avoid their teeth becoming overgrown. So, if you have more than one rabbit, and they do like to live in a little group, be careful, because they have a tendency to breed just like rabbits. Number 1. Ducks. Ducks are really super cute characters and are a really great pet, but you need to know a few facts about these birds before you go
My
diving
grandma had
in and
ducks.
bringing one home.
Ducks
Ducks really
are-
do need to spend
they
most of
really-
their time outdoors
they
because
really
they're
are-
not house
they're
pets.
really
You
sweet.
can bring them inside at night, but it's probably just a great way to keep them safe from predators like foxes. And these animals are definitely the outdoorsy type. They also like company, so unless you're a duck, they're going to need a couple of other birdie buddies. They're really clever, so they'll learn to follow simple commands and may even play with you. They're even pretty cuddly as well. There is one thing that's not really so cute about ducks. They poop a lot. So wherever you're going to keep them is going to get messy and really gross. Some duck owners actually do use ducky diapers on their pets to avoid the mess, and these need changing like every 4 hours. Really though, if you have to put a duck in a diaper, it may not be the right pet for you. I mean, did you ever see one in a nappy at the park? I guess that owning a super cute pet like any of these may be legal, but some of them are a heck of a lot of work. What do you think?
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to check something out. Guys, have a nice day, and this is Gothic Central. Now, see ya.